I mean, that's like the Starbucks thing. It's like,
okay, so let's talk about that. I'm gonna jump on that real quick.
Yo,
I actually got into a fight with somebody about this. Like, and this is why.
Hold on. Before you,
I'm a premise. I'm a premise
conversation.
this. I'm a premise this first.
go. I want to hear why.
This last week, two African American gentlemen were waiting at a Starbucks in Philadelphia for a friend. They were actually going to be there to have meet one of their friends who happened to be real estate development, who wanted to get them into like the business or get them into a project he had. They were waiting. Somebody at Starbucks, before even asking them what they were doing or asking if they were going to get any drinks, decided to just call the cops and get them arrested for loitering. The friend shows up. The whole thing is recorded, and everybody loses their fucking mind for very good reasons. Because if anybody here who's ever met anybody at Starbucks, I don't know how many times I've gone to Starbucks to have a meeting, pre-production for a shoot or meet up for a shoot. Yep. I've waited up to 30 minutes before I bought a drink because I didn't want to drink coffee, drink it, and then have people come and have nothing to drink. So I've waited for the rest of my party to arrive for up to 30 minutes, get the coffee together, and chill. I know motherfuckers who sat at Starbucks. This happens a lot in New York City. They take up a whole table, buy one cup of coffee, take up a whole table, have a printer, their laptop, and just doing business, literally running their business from a Starbucks. And all they do is buy one cup of fucking coffee. So the fact that this happened irritates the shit out of me. With that being said, I don't think it's right to crucify the company for the actions of one imbecilic moronic manager or employee, whoever. I don't know. Because here's the basis why I'm basing this. This is the basis why I'm doing this is because for a long time, and I mean since the beginning of introductions of different races to this nation, minorities in particular have always been put into that stereotype or into the bin of a black man robbed somebody, all black people are thieves. An immigrant came here, so all Latino are immigrants. We, for the longest time, and as minorities, we fought the stereotype. Like, don't blame the masses for the incident of one. That's been our go-to fight the power. Right. Don't blame everybody for the incident of one.
Right. That being
said, our anger in this country and our philosophy and the way of thinking has transcended to that hate that we've had for that single individual that we atoned for their mistakes or have done whatever they've done. We've passed on to the whole race. We're doing the same thing, but on the corporate level.
Yeah.
This one idiotic employee literally made everybody in Starbucks look like they were race-hating people who call the cops on minorities who sit there without buying shit.
Okay.
It shouldn't be the fault that because of that one imbecile, the whole company pays a price.
Okay, wait.
Because it's happened a lot.
Yeah, no. What you said is 100% true. Now, what I want to know is why did you fight with somebody about this?
Because they're like, oh, you should boycott Starbucks. I'm like, look, I don't drink coffee that much. I like tea personally. But I'm not going to, if that's a pattern, yes, by all means, boycott the fuck out of them.
Right.
It's not.
That's not a pattern. It's an insulated incident.
Yeah.
The CEOs handled it magnificently.
Yep.
They did.
There's other incidents such as like United Airlines. Whose CEO, by the way, has fucked up every incident they've had or their PR, whatever.
Yeah.
He's handled it remarkably well.
So that's what your argument was.
My argument is like we're now
not gonna boycott
we're putting. No, I mean,
it's an isolated incident.
Isolated incident. But my thing is that we're putting the hate that we normally carry for the races. Now we're transcending it into like the corporation.
It's misguided.
Just because.
Misguided.
I mean, I know things.
Missiles with no guidance system.
Exactly.
You know what, Omar? I'll be the first one to admit I like hearing different point of views, and that's the first time I heard somebody give that point of view about this specific incident in that way. I think that. Yes, I agree. It's like, listen, if you like you said, if it's a habit,
then yes, by all means.
Then fuck them.
It was an extreme. It was a very extreme and stupid incident for it to happen in the first place.
First place. Yeah. And then the other thing is that some blame has to be put on the cops because you can't just arrest somebody without proof.
That was just wild.
Like you didn't. You just went in. Somebody called 2 black people. Okay, arrest those 2. Like you didn't take statements from the people who in the video you hear people say, they weren't doing shit.
I was here the whole time.
They didn't do nothing.
What did they do?
But the cops don't take statements from everybody in there. They just go and take the statement from the manager and that's it. Dude,
Yeah, it was
As poor policemen.
That's just BS policeman. Like
Yeah, man.
you should lose your fucking job because as a policeman, you don't play judge, jury, and executioner.
Right.
You're there to arrest
That
if
was
you have to and get
crazy.
all the facts.
It really was one of those where
It's like
I-
that is just a failure for that.
I think for me the big thing that came out of it was what you said. The CEO of Starbucks handled it like textbook. The
Yeah,
way
and they're
he-
closing for a day, right?
Yeah, they closed
Yeah.
half a day.
They closed it for like I think it was like a day. or
Today.
something.
Today, actually. Today's Tuesday or next Tuesday?
They did
Something,
that.
yeah.
Obviously, they dropped the
800.
charges, and the manager's no longer there.
Yeah, he doesn't mean, dude. I just made. How many people have you seen sit there, fucking?
I'm
Everybody.
I've done it. I mean, I
Dude.
know you've done it. You know, and mind you, I don't drink Starbucks.
Yeah.
I mean, to be perfectly blunt, this is me not supporting Starbucks. I drink their coffee. I'm running to the shitter in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's really that bad.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
I
Yeah,
can't.
the story
You've
was
heard the story.
Yeah,
I
I
took
think
my
you said it
torture
on the
story.
podcast.
Yeah,
I
You said it
almost
on the
died.
podcast.
So-
Yeah.
I said it on the podcast before, dude.
Yeah.
I drank a Starbucks because I was dying. It was like 7 in the morning, and it was like I was like 2 hours away down. I'm heading towards Maryland. I stopped at the last rest stop at
You're lucky.
Jersey, and I drank a Starbucks coffee because I needed coffee. And there was no Dunkin' Donuts on the highway.
yeah.
I took a Starbucks. Before I even got to Delaware, bro, I was dying. I was
And
dying.
Delaware's a pretty small state.
Dude,
you
yeah.
go to Delaware in 15
But I was
minutes.
going to Maryland. Yeah, but I was going to Maryland, bro. So next thing you know,
Yeah.
I'm there pinching butt cheeks for like another hour and a half. I almost died.
Dude.
I almost died, bro. Like, yo, we finally
More
got
of the
there.
story: don't go on a car ride with
No,
Carlos.
no,
No, don't
being
go to
dead serious.
Starbucks
This is
with
me,
Carlos.
this is me not supporting Starbucks, bro. I mean, dead serious. By the time when we got to my sister-in-law's house, I was like, "Hey, how you doing? Where's the
Sup?
bathroom?"
Yeah.
Yo, it was bad, dude. It was so
Nothing
bad.
but the wreck shop.
Oh, right. It's an understatement.
Yeah. But
Rod, you
The-
as a black man in America today, what was your feelings and
I
expressions?
mean,
the
of
incident?
course, the instant thing is always anger or whatever. But yeah, like I said, it's the thing is misguided. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let me just double back to my original point, only because I'm probably forget.
No, go for it.
This I don't know if y'all remember a few years ago. The CEO is kind of always been on this wave. Remember, it was like he wanted to. It sounded wild and people laughed at him, but I was with him. But I understand the point maybe a different way. He was like he wanted to have like people come into Starbucks and sit down and have like discussions about race. I don't know if y'all remember that. I think this is like around the first
I
wave
think I
of
do remember
police
that.
shootings.
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay.
You remember
He was
that?
confrontational about it. He was like, guys, yo, we need to talk
We
about
need
this.
to
Yeah.
talk about it. We need to
Yeah.
talk about the elephant in the room in the country kind of thing. So he's been on this wave of trying to get on the right page, but it's like how do you find the right medium and how do you do it? Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody's done it yet.
Exactly.
But like I said, it's misguided. Well, like you said, it's misguided. Like I said, it's always the anger. I don't know. I see things differently. I mean, protesting is fine. I know what it used to do. It doesn't do that anymore. Everything's corporate. You got to hit them where it hurts in
Exactly.
your pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But I don't think that, like you said, this is an isolated thing. Probably shouldn't.
You shouldn't be hitting
Boycott.
that specific. Yeah, you should be hitting Starbucks
I mean,
for that. It was
if
just
you want
that
to
one.
be petty, you could boycott
this
that
pettiness.
store.
I mean, this
and
ain't
go to
Chick-fil-A or
other Starbucks, so
Denny's,
what?
you know, when Denny's used to kick black people out.
Oh,
of the service.
yeah.
That was something you wouldn't like
Dude,
support
that's
because
one
that
of
was
those
some
where
shit
you're
right
like,
there.
really, dude? Like,
Yeah.
there's some incidents where you're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
There's other incidents where you could always argue and have like a good, healthy discussion about it. But there's some where you're like, listen, man, there's no way you could put a positive spin on this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
there's no-
There really isn't one.
Yep.
And this specific Starbucks incident was one of those where you're like, dude, like, listen, man, just fire the guy now, apologize, get it
Yeah.
out of the way because you know it was stupid. Like, it
Shout
really
out to
was.
those guys for keeping it cool, you know, being respectful. Just they took the punch that they didn't deserve.
Yeah, they're like, all right, well,
Yeah.
Now they're probably gonna have enough money to
Dude,
buy that
but
real
you know
estate
what?
development if they
You know
wanted
what?
to. So, they,
Yo,
so
for
it
the
all gonna
record-
work out full circle in some
Yo,
way or
for
another.
the record, I loved the actual friend who showed up at the last second.
Yo,
he was like,
he's like,
They were
why are you
waiting
arresting
for
them?
me.
Tell me why you arrested them.
Yo,
What did
I
they
love
do?
that.
Like,
I love
I'm
that.
Oh,
like,
he's a friend.
yeah, that
Oh,
was
I
that,
thought-
that was
I
a
thought
real
he-
estate guy.
I thought he was like the
No,
boss. I
that
thought
was
he
his
waiting on
friend.
him.
Real estate
That
guy
was his friend who was
for.
waiting for them.
He showed up. These are my friends. They were.
He showed up
waiting for me
literally as they
before
were
we got
like,
our drinks. What's
pretty
the
like,
problem?
he's like, what, yo, I just showed up literally as they were
Yo,
about
it was
to arrest him.
insane. The moment that guy showed up, that's when it started
Yeah.
recording. I was like,
What
oh,
did they arrest him for? Not to
Oh,
Loitering.
trespassing. Yeah,
Trespassing,
loitering and
trespassing, yeah, trespassing.
really.
Thank you.
Soliciting maybe, but trespassing, like
Yeah, that's
stop.
why the DA was like, "What the like?" If you read when they did the report, one of the newspapers reported that the Philly DA was like, "What can I get them for? It's a fucking Starbucks. They didn't harass anybody.
It was insane. It was
Like,
insane,
there's
bro.
not enough evidence that the manager was right in calling the cops. Like,
yeah. It's gonna be one of those, man. Like honestly, that's gonna be an interesting one to see what happens. I
dude,
definitely
it's
want.
gonna be a good case study for sure.
Right. Oh, definitely. I think
Yeah.